in their eyes, whispering tales under the moon's soft glow. It's time to let our ancient magic flow. We'll create a spark, a life anew. For Layla, just me and you. A bond so deep, it's ever true. With every breath, our love will grow. Hand in hand, we tread this path so bright. Through the twilight, into the night. Crafting wonders with hearts as our tools. In a world where love ensures no rules. All the stars above, they're waking up, approving the future. Our love apart, with every beat and every soul's embrace. A legacy of love we're set to chase. Through giggles and sighs, through joy, through tears, we'll build our haven beyond our fears. Layla and Layla, our cherished abode, where dreams and hopes shall never corrode. We'll create a spark, a life anew. For Layla and Layla, just me and you. A bond so deep, it's ever true. With every breath, our love will grow. One day, Layla, we'll create a spark, a life anew. For Layla, just me and you. A bond so deep, it's ever true. With every breath, our love will grow. I come in so sick of summers of the youth. She's the craze of the day. I fall from thinners of your truth. Ooh, I shall see.
I'm coming. Let me fix my coffee.
Ooh. We've been dancing around this fire too long, whispering secrets in our own sweet song. Let's take a step, the night is ours to claim. Make a promise only we can frame. Monochrome nights, let's paint them with dreams. Hand in hand, let's trace the moonbeams. Time to surrender, let's not hesitate. In the quiet, our hearts resonate. Time to stop the games, love's calling us. In this moment,
Shella.
it's the two of
Shella.
us, creating a world of our own design. Layla, where our souls intertwine. No more shadows, just pure light. Two souls merging, taking flight. In the echo of this silent vow, we'll create a world right here, right now. Every touch speaks volumes untold. In
Woo!
Let our love unfold. We'll build dreams brick by brick.
Let me see.
Later, time will tick.
Oh, that's cute.
Time to stop the games. Love's calling us. In this moment, it's just
The two of us innovating our world.
of our own design.
Layla, where our souls intertwine. Come on, Layla, where our souls intertwine. Where our souls intertwine. Where our souls intertwine. Okay. So today I wanted to, because I have to do laundry today. That's the big thing for today, laundry. Yeah, I'm going to do laundry. But um I've been just like, I don't know, it's like this euphoric feeling, like when you realize that all things are working together for the good. All things are going as they should. Like things, like even when you don't understand it, even when it all doesn't make sense, it's going the way it should. And I'm happy to be in this phase in my life where I've always valued relationships, being in a relationship with someone who identified as a man. And I don't know, I think it's like this come to Jesus, come to Yemaya, come to Oshun, come to Obatala, whoever it is that you come into the ancestors, come into the father, mother, come into the God, goddess, whoever it is that you come into. It's like I'm in this phase of my life where I realize that I have needed validation from my relationships with men. In a patriarchal society, having the validation of the feature is important, and the feature is the patriarch, the feature is the father, the feature is masculine energy. And so having a relationship, a physical relationship with that, is somehow validating. And I got a poem I want to read from my book. It's called Satan's Love Song. I gotta wait. I know it by heart, but I just want to read from the book. Extraordinary Being. I did that one. Yeah, I want to see what I wrote before it. God can eat my Fidesz. I love that one too. Here it is. Satan's love song. Sometimes when a person is strong, and I want to use my own literary license because it is my book. So I want to say sometimes when a being is strong, they have to be enticed by Satan's love song. And Satan in this particular poem is opposition, is challenge, is conflict. Satan represents conflict. And conflict isn't always, well, it can show up as negative, but I think that conflict is necessary. So conflict can show up as negative, but conflict provides an opportunity to show the individual that's facing conflict who they are. So I have mixed feelings about Satan. Anyway, Sometimes when a person is strong, they have to be enticed by Satan's love song. It calls to you in a fiery fantasy, beckoning you at first glance. He has control. You know the way the men lead the dance. It's a mysterious passion, and you're hot on his trail, never imagining the tragedy that he plans to unveil. First, he woos you, then traps you, sweeping you off your feet. Then he adds drugs to his brew in order to keep you weak. It's a forbidden nectar you've tasted, and you may never be the same. Prayerfully, the pain and the shame have been a lesson gained. So as you pick up the pieces, then try to move on, be reminded each time you're inclined to do wrong, you just may be adding a verse to Satan's love song. And I wrote this in 2004. I got some poems that I have not published, but I still have them in my old email. And this is one of the older ones. And this piece resonates with me so much right now because it's like under this administration, you have the powers that be telling black trans women who they are. And the reason why trans people in general, I'm saying black trans women because that's the only person I could truly speak for is myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even really necessarily see myself as a black trans woman, but I know that that's how society sees me. And so that's why I titled this video that way. It's because it doesn't matter how I see myself. Some of society gonna see me as a man, some of society gonna see me as a trans woman, and some of society is gonna see me as just a woman. But I'm gonna be seen as a man by some, I'm gonna be seen as a trans woman by some, and I'm gonna be seen as a woman by others. And so because I know that it's not an intention to belittle me by seeing me just as one thing, that's still what happens. That's still the reality that we live in. People gonna see you how they want to see you, and that's why I'm working on um, not seeing what I want to see, but seeing what's actually there. Like, and now I'm realizing that to choose a partner or to be with a partner in a climate where we're just not respected. We are like mainstream, like that's everything that trans people have contributed to society. To have this, to have the mainstream conversation be one of this nature is just it just shows you how far we all missed the mark, you know, that this was able to happen. To have the president, to have this man get in office and have such a lack of respect for trans people. To be a society that is comfortable with that. To be a society of people to be comfortable with having a man get up in front of all of the people and just erased, you know, um, document wise on the records, to just pull a Egypt on us, to just go to breaking noses off, distorting history like they did to Queen Hatshepsut, like just to literally in front of our faces show us what y'all did to Francis Thompson, show us what y'all did to black indigenous people and queer people who have stood up for themselves, who have made themselves known, who have been present, who have participated in this system, and who have contributed to this system, and who have fought and died and loved and hurt and experienced all of these different pains, like fully submerged themselves into the experience, pursue the American dream, obeyed the Constitution, followed the laws, did everything that y'all told them that they were supposed to do in order to be American citizens, and then to just pull down your trousers and squat above them and take a huge crap on their forehead in the middle of this administration by saying, hey, you're delusional. It's not real. You don't exist. But thank you for all the money we've gotten from you when you laid on those tables and had those surgeries. Thank you for all the hormones you bought. Thank you for all of the therapy you had to go through to be eligible to get the surgery that you got. Thank you for all of the money that you spent in the industries and these businesses. Thank you for everything that you contributed. We've gotten enough from you. Now, go back into hiding because we will not acknowledge you at the big table. You will not be acknowledged at the main table. And so to take a partner during an administration like this one, and a lot of us, I can't say this and it be true around the board, but a lot of us, the intention is to rest in our feminine energy. Feminine energy is supposed to be honored and protected. Masculine energy should be honored and protected as well. But feminine energy, because its movement is different, it should be covered, because feminine energy strategy is the movement of feminine energy. Feminine energy is strategic. Masculine energy is linear. It's trying to run through it. It's coming through like a locomotive. It's coming. Boom, 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 boom. But feminine energy is more, it's gonna curve a little bit. It's gonna work its way around. This is how I see the two energies. And so if I know that my dominant energy is the work its way around energy, and I want to partner myself with someone who's going to cover me, someone who's going to be ready, to be direct when it's necessary, but to also cover me, I have to be strategic about how I even prepare myself to attract a being like that, if that's something that I really want. But it's just like, in this climate, being in a relationship with someone, and having a public connection with that person, it doesn't seem worth it. And the reason why I chose the picture that I chose for the screensaver in this particular picture is because that is a picture of a homeless trans African girl that I helped when I was staying in South Africa. That I was able to see her, and I saw her a few times, and I wasn't able to help her the first time I saw her, but then I got some money, and I was able to help her, and I helped her a couple of times, but I took one picture so I could have to remember her by, and that was a special moment because it reminded me of the suffering that the divine feminine is enduring around the world. Like, we talk about how, black trans women and women of color are being killed and being murdered. But we often don't talk about how that's still happening to women in certain parts of the world. Like they're being unalived just because they didn't they didn't play their role the way that they were supposed to play it. And the husband or the man that they were sleeping with took it as an offense. And so he unalived them. That's a reality around the world. It's happening. It's happening. People, like women, are experiencing being unalived just for having a difference of opinion, just for not agreeing. Like that's a reality. And like for me to choose a partner and to be with somebody, I have to be serious about that. Like this is not one of them seasons where you just get you some dick and keep going. Cause you can get the wrong dick on so many levels. And it's like, is it worth it? Just for some dick? Just for some pain. And I'm just praying about it. I'm just living in prayer. I'm living in prayer. I had a couple of puffs, so I'm intentional about my words. I'm living. I'm living in prayer. I'm living. I got these two cats here. I'm glad I got them here because they my company. They my company, child. I never thought I'd be a cat lady. But girl, that might be what the tea is. That might be what the tea is, girl. I might be an old cat lady. But let me tell you something, ain't nothing wrong with them. Because I cannot see I cannot see just partnering myself with someone who I know deep down inside, like the political time we living in, everything is being politicized. And if you're a high profile trans couple, like if you're a queer couple and you're high profile and you're getting attention, oh, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna try to buy you. Then somebody's gonna try to partner with you and buy your brand and corrupt your brand. And that could lead to so much. Like if I was partnered with somebody and we was like really, really like public together, the platform would do so much more because people are infatuated with seeing queer relationships. They're infatuated with seeing a man with a man, a woman with a woman. Like they're infatuated with seeing trans people with cis people. They're infatuated with seeing trans people with trans people. People love that. People love looking at people together, and I think that's why it's so important for the president of the United States to have a partner. That's why it's so important that when you go to churches, you want the pastor to have a first lady. People are just infatuated with couples. And so, like, having that inspected during this climate, like inspecting these relationships, these unions that are forming during this climate, during a MAGA administration, I could sit back and have a whole talk show just 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 interviewing people. See, that's entertainment and that's interesting. Just interviewing queer couples in the community who are forming relationships during a MAGA administration. That would definitely be interesting to watch. So, how did you meet? And so, what are y'all views on the LGBTQ community? How do you see yourselves? And how does that correlate? And if they're not queer, if they're not trans, how does that correlate to how you view? What's your relationship to the trans community? And how do you see them? Yeah, you ask that question to like gays and lesbians. You know, what's your relationship to trans people? What do you think about that? And have people on there with different perspectives. Because okay, so I participated in the challenge on TikTok, and they got the challenge well, it's not a challenge, it's like a trend, and they like so who gonna be the boys? That's the question. So who gonna be the boys? So I did a video in response to that because the whole thing is crazy. So they then took this comment from the comment section where black women are saying who gonna be the boys. And I'm like, can we just move out of these these labels, these titles? Can we move out of this? Like, can we evolve past this? Like, does this have to be like, is it just gonna be like this in this paradigm? Does the whole thing have to be blew up and start over? Does there have to be something catastrophic? Does there need to be a dramatic physical reset? Like, does that need to happen for us to move away from this language? Because why does it matter who's gonna be the boy and who's gonna be the girl, who's gonna be the man and who's gonna be the woman, as long as you're you're being a person that has integrity, that has courage, that has strength, that has wisdom, that has patience, that can love and show up, like developing healthy characteristics and not necessarily having this need to label them man or woman, boy or girl, just being a decent being, a decent human, a decent being that does not, take up space, does not invade people's personal space, that does not force themselves on beings who are not of a consenting age. And if I tell you, I think like a consenting age is way older than 18. Cause like your brain ain't even finished developing until you like 26. So I feel like we just need to be more autonomous. We just need to be more sovereign. We just need to be able to be without all of the labels and the titles and just be. You know what I'm saying? Just be. No telling what else we could do or what else we could be. Like they literally, of the few things that they actually taught us in school that made sense, they told us that we don't use our brain. They said we use a small part of our brain. And if we didn't limit ourselves with the language, because I do believe that the language is spells. I do believe that the way that we communicate with each other and we talk to each other, we're binding each other. They don't need to bind us. They don't need to cast the spells anymore because they taught us the language to bind ourselves. And so by changing the language, you can unbind yourself. Like they don't even got to speak it over us anymore because we have become accustomed to speaking it over each other. Just nonchalantly, can you pass the Grey Poupon and binding spell? I'm not gonna let you shapeshift. I'm not gonna let you transform. I'm not gonna let you evolve. I'm not gonna like and it's not even intentional. I'm not even doing this to hurt you. This is how I was brought up. This is how I was raised. This is all I know. So honestly and truly, all the times it's not even malicious. It's just the culture. And so being in a relationship during a climate where and I don't know, out of the sexes, I don't know which ones are the most easily programmed. Cause oh, excuse me, everything is so programmed. Like I think that I've met more females who were able to give me a form of the program that seemed to kind of break the chains and seemed to kind of break out of it. But I haven't seen that many beings who are really, really, really on some other type of stuff. Like, who are really trying to terraform this thing. Like, really just focused on coming up out of it. Because in order to come up out of it, the currency has to change. Like, the conversation that and we need to control the current. Like, we talk about how many black dollars how many black dollars goes into this country, but if the black dollar is so powerful, why does it even have to continue to be a black dollar? mm. Yeah, I don't know if the government is mistreating people or the people are mistreating people. I just think that we all need to be better with each other. I think we all need to try to extend more grace, because I think when you can show grace for others, you're showing grace for yourself. Because you treat people how you want to be treated. Yeah, I'm a firm believer in treating people how you want to be treated. So, that's definitely important to me. I try to treat people good because I want to be treated well, and I've gotten to this place in my life where I'm not afraid to ask, or I'm not uncomfortable with asking for something monetary, because I know I'm trying to build a space where we can function without that type of currency. Like you have to build a space where people have courage, and unfortunately, we live in such a capitalistic society. We have to create a space to transition out of seeing capitalism as the only way. And I am so, like, I've sat down and I've thought about this so often in my mind. Like, because I used to want to have a village. I used to think a lot about a village and having everybody live together in the village. Child, I saw that damn that roofless shit, and before that, like, I wasn't really seeing the village anymore. I was seeing more so one house, and I was seeing it as a safe space for a few, to come, who were really, really focused on um wholeness and teaching wholeness and learning about wholeness, and also people who are interested in learning about natural medicines and learning about how to heal ourselves, and having more discipline and taking care of ourselves. I definitely want to be at the core of that type of community. I think that that's what I have missed most in this reality for myself, is not being brought up in a herbalist community, not being brought up in a community where we understood herbs, where we understood medicines, where we understood food. Like, that's very important to me. That's something I've started to collect bottles, and I've started to study herbs again. I've become more focused and centered around that. And so I don't want to deal with a huge volume of people, because a lot of people are not there, and I don't want to force something that's not there. We live in a society that, we need your vote. We need you to vote for us. They're not really concerned about having a personal relationship with you. Ever since we switched over to mega churches in the black community, the church was always fucked up. Excuse me, God, goddess, forgive me. I was trying not to curse today. But the church has always been screwed up. But at least you had intimate relationships and you felt like you knew the people that you were dealing with. But when we went over to MAGA, when we went over to the mega church, mega MAGA, MAGA mega, mega MAGA, MAGA mega, when we went over to the MAGA church, mega, excuse me, when we went over to that church, everything went to the left, because deeply melanated people, Negro people, indigenous people lost that sacred bond. And even though a lot of these bonds were toxic, we lost that direct connection with one another in that process when MAGA came about, the mega church. And that's how it is in government. That's how it is in politics. You don't feel a connection with your representative. You don't feel a connection with your senator. And my apologies, but if I'm a vote for you, if I'm going, you can't just present me some articles on the news or present me some, because I know they could say anything that they want to say. They could paint any story of a person that they want to paint of them in the news. You don't know people based on what they put out. Look how long we didn't know P. Diddy. I mean, there's so much stuff going on in the world. You don't find it out until people really want you to know. They'll introduce it in a back tabloid or something, and then they'll try to make it that you don't know if a lie is the truth in this reality. So being able to read people for yourself, being able to have access to these people so you could be able to get a reading on their energy and know what it is that you supporting, know what it is that you backing, know what it is that you standing behind, know what it is that you're helping to lift up. Like, if I don't know you personally, I can't really say that I can't really say I mess with you like that. I can say I know you, but am I willing to put my credibility with yours? Because this is the one thing that people can say this about me, and I know this about myself. I have burned a lot of bridges in community and outside of community for things that I have said on my videos in the past. And I've apologized to the people who have mattered to me. Those who have not accepted my apology, that's something you need to work out for yourself. That's not something that I'm carrying. That's not a burden I'm carrying. I'm not over here like, oh, I said something about so and so years ago and I don't apologize and they didn't accept me because for whatever reason they didn't accept it. I'm walking around here upset and bitter and bothered because you don't mess with me. No. If I feel played, then you gonna know, because I'm gonna go live, I'm gonna talk about it, I'm gonna vent, I might cry. I might get so emotional that tears flow. If you meant something to me. And then I'm gonna move on. Because I'm not a person who feels the need to hide my feelings. I'm not a person that feels the need to have to pretend like I'm not hurt. I'm not a person that's afraid to show emotion. I'm not a robot. So I will get on here and cry. I will get on here and be passionate and get upset and get loud. But I know how to bring it in. I know how to show multiple sides of myself. You know what I'm saying? And so people who have not had the capacity to forgive me for being human and living out this. I got online and I said a whole lot of stuff, and I ain't tried to delete none of it because when I was there, that's where I was. But you can see where I am now because I'm very clear. I'm communicating clearly about where I am, what my challenges are, what my conflicts are, what I want to see in the world, what I want to accomplish. And a lot of people, the reason why a lot of people don't always connect with me is because a lot of people are secretly invested in this society as it is. No, we're not going to say secretly. They are openly invested in this society as it is. And that's why they don't fuck with me. Because they know that if the camera were to swing this way, they know that if I was to start getting on the Breakfast Club, or if I was to start getting on, like if I was on Shannon Sharp, like with my message, like if the world was to actually hear me talk, bitch, motherfuckers will fry a circuit. Bitch, motherfuckers will self-destruct. What the? Cannot compute, cannot compute, cannot. Motherfuckers will fry a circuit, bitch. She cannot compute. Girl, the Matrix will start crumbling. What? What? Because y'all would never expect for something like this, like something, the stuff that I'm saying, people would never expect for it to come out my mouth. I don't look like the person that would say the stuff that I say. I'm supposed to be somewhere. I'm supposed to be somewhere with a nose job, some veneers, and a lace front trying to get mines. Bitch! I'm supposed to be somewhere, bitch. That's the kit for a black woman. The kit for a black woman in America, a black trans woman in America, a nose job, some veneers, a lace front, a BBL. That's the kit right there. Getting your fucking money. That's true. Because that's the only kind of black woman that they really want to see mainstream. And then if it's a big girl, if it's a plus size girl, they always gonna try to find some way to mammify the black girl. They always gonna try to find a way to mammify the big black girl. They always gonna try to find a way to mammify her. It's just, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Cause child, I've had thoughts on the girl who played what is Cinnabega, the one who played Precious, played in the movie Precious, being married to that white man. Girl, they look so happy together that I don't want to say anything bad about it. Like they look so happy together. The children are so beautiful. But I'm like, And so, I'm not gonna say nothing because I like her. I really do. I like her. She feels like family to me. But every time I see their content, I just have mixed feelings. I'm not gonna say nothing. Not gonna not gonna be shady because I don't have no reason to. But every time I see their content, I just be like, and I'm like, why they so happy together? Like even Selena and her boyfriend, and even her man, like y'all so happy together. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not saying they shouldn't be happy together. I'm just trying to understand. Is it really what we think it is? I guess that's just poor people problems. Racism is like really like poor people problems. Like you don't have any money, so maybe you mad because you broke and you just focusing on racism a little bit more because you broke. Maybe that's the tea. Being broke in white supremacy, maybe that's the real struggle. Like, if I had a coin in white supremacy, bitch, I don't really give a fuck. I'm coined. I'm gonna talk my shit every now and then. Every now and then, so I don't lose my black card. I'm gonna pop my shit. I'm gonna say a little something, to let black people know I'm still, hey, bitch, I'm still black. You ain't experiencing no partial struggle. Like, how what's his name had made up that what's his name had made up that story that he had got robbed or something. What's his name? The one that played in the gay boy that played in Empire. The gay boy that played in Empire. I met him one time in real life. And he lied and said that them people had that them two black dudes from Nigeria had tried to rob him or do something to him. I wonder if like really, really wealthy black celebrities like be pretending that they experienced racism. Like, do they just make up them stories? Like, they like, did the racism really happen? And they just trying to, make sure they don't lose their black card. Like, are you really experiencing racism, or is this just something that you making up? Like, he made up that story. Like, he made up him being mugged or robbed. Like sometimes how trans people, like even Laverne Cox, she created that story where something almost happened to her. And I'm like, are y'all making up these stories so y'all can still be relatable to poor people? So y'all can still be relatable to because we're the ones who are actually experiencing all the stuff, because we're still dealing with people who are dealing with the strain of not having money. We're navigating poverty. We're navigating people who are living from paycheck to paycheck. We're navigating people who are trying to figure out how they gonna pay their bills, how they gonna take care of their babies. People who just obsessed with material things and they want to get other people who trying to figure out how they gonna get their next high and they struggling with their addiction. So like we're a lot of us are navigating spaces where we're dealing with people who are under those types of pressures. I owe these people money. I gotta pay these people back. But when you're living amongst the wealthy and it's old money, are these really your struggles? Like, if you're living around people where money is not really a problem for them, are they dealing with the same kind of strains and stresses? Sure, probably. And that's underground organized crime, and that's how they solve their problems with organized underground crime. But just on a day-to-day basis, they're not just around here popping off on each other, stressed out about their environment and their living circumstances. People. So that's something that. So I wonder if sometimes these celebrities make up these stories about experiencing racism, just like that Jesse Smollett, that's his name, just like Jesse Smollett made up that story about them two dudes trying to rob him. So like I really just be looking at society differently, and I don't want to partner myself with somebody. Like at one time I didn't care. I ain't gonna lie. I have had my moments where I was like, child, let's pretend we go together, girl. Get these people something to talk about so that we could get to this next level. But when you dealing with but now like I don't know, like Trump climate, I just been getting downloads and like the downloads be so severe that it be like don't do this. Like literally you can't do this. Like this is not what you need to be doing right now. Like that's how serious like the ancestors be coming through, the messages be coming through to me. Like I be having my little moments, like I be being a little stubborn with my diet and I really need to get better with my diet. But I always feel like I could do better with my diet. But they really like be talking to me like and you know they be like telling me, you know, chill out, like don't mess with this, like stay away from this, like don't go over here, like don't talk to this person, like this is not for you, like you don't need to do that. Like it's really coming through like that. Damn, it's really coming. It's really coming through like that. Like they like, yeah. That's a wrap. That's done. That's done. Like, and I'm looking at some of these relationships that I was in, or some of these situationships I was in, and I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, that one last year, cause I'm inspecting everything now. Like I'm really inspecting everything now. Like that situationship I was in with that person that I was calling my dear for so long. Like I had so much respect for this person. I had so much respect for this person. And when I saw how I tried to do something special, tried to create an opportunity, and that being defiled it, defiled our opportunity to build something together as a collective. And when I saw what was really in that being's heart, it really shifted things for me. And now with the situation that I'm going through with empathy, it's like 2029, 2025, that nine, and this is the snake, the year of the snake. And I was born in 77, so that, you know, that's my Asian, my Chinese zodiac. Like stuff just really like even with the the things that I'm going through with my body physically, you know, it's making me mentally stronger. A man, a woman. So I'm thankful for the suffering in my body. And I just don't want to like even after I completely heal from this situation, I don't want to go back to the way that I was as far as using masculine beings to distract me from my purpose. You know, like needing the validation of masculine men who deep down don't respect me. A lot of them jealous of me. A lot of them envy me because they feel like I took an easy road out. But how the hell y'all feel like this the easy road out? Cause taking dick ain't easy. Taking trash dick is even harder. And a lot of these niggas' dicks is trash. God gotta forgive me. I gotta say it. Taking on all of that negative, stressed out, coward ass energy and trying to alchemize that. Look at where it's getting us. Got us erased from the history books. That's what it did. Getting us humiliated in front of the country. All of the dick and the booty y'all been giving us over the past 10 years. And this is what we got. All of them, all of the dick and booty that has been, all of that, all the dick and booty that's been dug out over the past 10 years, and what we got was erased from the history books. Was it worth it? All the backwoods in the shadows, late at night, early in the morning, 4 day in the rising, all of the fucking and sucking. And what did it buy you? Over these past 10, 12 years of our movement since the tipping point, the girls been doing all type of things with these men's. And when it came down to the come down, patriarchy threw you under the bus. Patriarchy and the LGBT and the black community all threw you under the bus. And I just can't see right now. And I ask you right now, ancestors, because I need strength right now, because I can't see laying down with you motherfuckers right now. I can't see getting in the bed with you motherfucking halflings right now. Been in the bed with you halflings. Been fucking you halflings. Been sucking you halflings. Been doing all this shit with you fucking halflings. My trauma had kicked in. My trauma had kicked in. It's like this what we got. Like this is what we got. This is what we got. This is how the fucking dice roll. We got a couple of motherfuckers, couple of people that rose to power, got money, got they self together. I ain't gonna name them because I'm not being messy in this life. But I could be messy if I was provoked. I could be that hater. I could be that op. Like Whitney Houston said, it's all in me if I was provoked. But we got a couple of people that's, that rose on up on the plantation. We got some trans people that got their bread, that got their cheddar, that got down. But what did it cost us while you were shucking and jiving for Malcolm up on the plantation? You were shucking and jiving. You were securing that bag. You was getting your money. And what did it buy us? Out here, fucking and sucking, tricking and dicking and licking. What did it buy us? What did it buy us? Why you put out 2020 what they did? You came in and booted out. What 2020 did? Child, when I tell you, it brought us to a never ending. That's right. That's right. I am so I just want to be by myself right now. The more I think about it, I'm not allowing myself to get caught up in But I'm not allowing myself to get caught up in, hey baby, hey daughter, I love you. Yeah, I'm not allowing myself to get caught up in all of this right now with these men, because for real, like, I love my brothers, I love my uncles, I love my fathers, you know, I love my cousins, I love my siblings, I love them so much. But just like, I can't do the sex and the being with them. Like, I'm just like, I gotta mess with you from a distance, because like they was all quiet, like they all quiet, like, and everything that we've been giving and 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 giving, trans people just been giving. And I'm not even gonna get on how the trans men been out here slinging box to these niggas. Like, it ain't just been the trans women that's been doing these, putting it in these dudes' backs and putting it in these dudes' booty hole, and taking it. Like the trans men been throwing box to these niggas. So like the trans community have been serving A1 high grade, and it ain't give it, we ain't win nothing. What prize we won? A couple of punks, a couple of trannies, a couple of tokens made it up on the plantation, and they could sit at the main table. But when they sit at the main table, understand me, you don't get no recognition. You don't get no recognition federally, at least not for the next 4 years. So whatever you do, you ain't getting no federal recognition. They ain't going on no federal books, at least for now. They ain't going on no federal books, cause as far as they're concerned, we don't even exist. Like, just to sit up there and allow this administration to erase us after all we have contributed financially, all the bills we done help pay in this nation, all the debt we done help to bring down in this nation, all of the surgeries and guinea pigs we done had done to us so that we could fit into society and live up to your expectations of what it means to be a man and what it means to be a woman. All we've sacrificed and put into this system, and what did we get? What was the grand prize? What was the grand prize? Humiliation. And to see me booted over a bed, letting a halfling clap my cheeks in this climate, I just feel like for me, I know how I'm gonna feel after it's over with. To get my cheeks clapped in this climate. And if I had a piece to be putting my juice inside of this one, so this halfling can go and use my seed to oppress me. I can't see it. I can't see it. I can't see it. When she said that rude ass government some lives ago, rude ass comment some lives ago, your status, about your status, she said don't go infecting nobody. Oh, knowing damn well you take very good care of yourself. Oh, wow. You are always very transparent about your sexual health with everyone, and it never set right with me. Grand Rising was a loss, burnt booty holes, and STD. That's what they gave us. That's what the grand prize was. Another did say the grand prize was a lose burnt booty holes and STD medication. They gave us medical bills, huh? They gave us medical bills, huh? Yes, honey. They gave us medical bills, baby. I can't deny that one. Bitch, that's what they gave us, honey. Medical. They gave us doctor's appointments, bitch. Ooh, wee, bitch. Bitch, they gave us clinic appointments. That's what this motherfucking matrix they gave us. That's what these athletes they gave us, bitch. Bitch, doctor's appointments, medical appointments, girl. But I tell you, I am, girl. I can't do it. I am so like, I'm just thankful. I'm thankful for the headaches. I'm thankful for the heartaches. I wish it wouldn't have took all this. I wish it would. I wish it wouldn't have had to be so clear. I wish it wouldn't have had to been so clear. I wish it wouldn't have took all this to get me here. But I'm here now. Baby, the court case. Child, we're gonna have a court case on this because this is definitely giving court case, honey. This is definitely giving court case. I might have to do my gown and do my headpiece and do this video and the patriarch versus the black trans community. Bitch, that might be the next thing on the docket. That might be the next thing. That might be the next docket. Versus the black trans community versus the United States of America. We might have to put that on the docket. Baby, when I tell you TS adventures to go to the doctor, medical bills up the ass, barely any insurance to cover. The nation, okay, the nation versus the delusional punkyarchy. Uh-huh. Cause, cause baby, this here, I'm telling you, I have never been like now I'm in my apartment and I feel like it's fairly comfortable in here. And it became fairly comfortable in here pretty quickly. It feels homey. The energy feels really good. I'm gonna do a little sage today. But yeah, the energy feels really good. My bed is really comfortable. I finally put up these little cabinets yesterday, girl. Like it took me about 2 hours to put these cabinets together. I did not know I was gonna have to put them together piece by piece. Girl, I kind of gagged, but girl, I had to hit my little cabinets yesterday. Wait, hold on. Girl, I had to hit my little gray cabinets yesterday. Hold on. Girl, see my little cabinet, girl. Wait, hold on. Yeah, girl, I had put my little cabinet together yesterday, girl, over there at the little foot of my bed, girl. I had my little cabinet. Girl, I was like, girl, I finally figured out how to do that shit. I don't know if I put it together right, but I know that it's together. I know it's stable because I used the little mallet they gave me to beat on it with. Mm-hmm. Come on, TS. South African fish. I feel serene peace in this live. Them cabinets are cute. Child, I couldn't believe I had got them together. I couldn't believe it. But yeah, I had before you had came on, I had processed a lot. Like this video was different because I did have my coffee, but I also had took a couple of puffs. So I was really able to kind of like deep process in this video, like just really really like be thoughtful and really kind of like just focus on me. Like I think a lot of times when I speak and I haven't, and I mean I like how I speak when I'm not, like when I haven't been smoking, because I stay on task and I kind of pop it off. But sometimes when when I smoke, it really helps me to just like pick apart, like really just analyze, like kind of more deeply analyze certain things. Like when I'm not smoking, I can graze over it. I can graze over it a little bit. But then when I do smoke, I kind of like I spend a little bit more time on things when I smoke. So and I think I'm more passionate when I don't smoke, but I also could be very emotional when I smoke. Like if you notice, I cried in this video. Like I had a little moment where I started crying. hey hey Goosey Prune. Yeah, I had a little moment. And that was good. Release is good. Release is necessary. So I don't feel bad about yeah. I don't feel bad about having my like little release, cuz I needed that cry. And I needed this video because I'm trying to hold myself accountable. Um like in the wintertime, I was trying to I it was like spiritually I felt the season that I was coming into. I felt it. And I think that's why I was trying to get cut like I was ugly in the wintertime. Like that's how I ended up in this situation, because I knew I felt in my spirit that it was like the ancestors were saying, no. And baby, I was fucking the bitch. Bitch, I was fucking bitch. Bitch, I was getting gutted, bitch. but, but you better get it out the way, because you can't be right here doing all of that stuff. When the springtime come back, you gotta get it together. You gotta get it together. After I had my revision, I was like, cause I started getting the signs then. Like after I had my revision, I had a fear that I had this fear that I was not gonna have sex after I had my revision. Like I was going through all this never to experience what it felt like having sex with the revision. And it was amazing. Like, like I cannot complain about what I experienced. But what I can say is that I did too much. I don't know what type of time I was on. I don't know what type of time I was on letting that last dude, who was kind of like a butch queen, letting that butch queen jump up and down and be like that, bitch. I don't know what type of time I was on, but I needed that experience so that I could really, really do a evaluation so that I could really really like self check, because so I could like, girl, what's wrong with you? Let's do a wellness check. What is wrong, girl? Are you okay? Why are you letting this athlete disrespect your guts like that? It's a bitch. Are you okay? And so there was some self reflection, a lot of self reflection that needed to happen after that moment. And I just, I really played the whole tape. I'm not beating myself up too bad because, after the revision, that was the whole point of going through all of that, was spiritually to have more capacity, but physically to have more depth. And child, when I tell you to have those feelings of feeling a deeper connection, a deeper physical connection, and once you have that deeper physical connection and you realize dick ain't what it's cracked up to be, because what's going deeper in you is cowardice. What's going deeper in you is somebody that will bully you quicker than they will stand up for you. What's going deeper into you is somebody that will stand against you before they will stand up for you. That's what's going deeper in you. That's what you're making more space for. You're making more space for disrespect. And it took me going through this experience for me to learn and really, really absorb and really, really experience what is happening. And it couldn't have happened at a more imperative time, when we're looking at how the government really feels about us. And I can't make space for that. Like, I'm gonna make space for me. I'm gonna take care of me. Um Again, I don't have regrets about the experience, because anything that teaches you something, anything that elevates you, anything that expands your consciousness, then it's not in vain. When I went into the surgery, when I first wanted the surgery, I ain't gonna lie, I wanted the surgery because I wanted to have the white picket fence, and I wanted to be the fish. I wanted to be. I didn't want to be. When I got ready to go in, if I ever had to go into a nursing home or something like that, I didn't want them looking down between my legs and having a conversation and, calling me the missing link and all that. Like, it was very much for just to feel comfortable in my body and comfortable around other people in my body, and not feel like I was the missing link, or what you call it, or what you who conversation. Like, I never wanted to feel that. I wanted to be able to go to the beach and wear swimsuits and not have to tuck. Like, yeah, I wanted to be able to wear certain things and not have to tuck. Like, no, I didn't like getting erections randomly. There was so many reasons why. Um, but it was all for me to feel comfortable in my body. And now that that's happened, I I think there's been a struggle for me, because I know a lot of girls who, go and get their orchiectomy, or who go and get their sex change. And girl, you hear so many stories about these girls not having sex, and these girls' vaginas closing up on them, and these girls going through all this, girl, and not even using their pussy. And I'm like, girl, I want to use my pussy. But it's like, use it on what? And that's that come to Oshu, come to Yemaya, come to Obatala, come to Buddha, come to Allah, whoever it is that you're coming to, Bobby. It's like I always was like looking at the girls who did not use their pussy, and I was like, girl, why would you go through all that, girl, and you're not even going to use it? But then you realize, okay, you want to make the space, because that was the part that was important for me to have more space, to gain capacity, to be able to receive, to be able to take in, to be able to, embody that energy, not just spiritually but physically, like to be able to embody that energy of being able to make space for it, to carry, to be able to embody that energy physically and spiritually. But when you realize what you're taking in, what you're making space for, you say, girl, no, I'm not making space for I don't want to take that in. You want me to do what with what, bitch? And girl, I like to consider myself a high level alchemist. Like, I can alchemize energy. I can change energy. That is one of my gifts. But girl, like, can you give me a little, like, can I have a higher quality to work with, girl? Like, and it seemed like the higher the quality in this reality, the more selfish, the more self-absorbed, the more narcissistic, the more egotistical, like the more invested in hegemony and patriarchy. Like you could get a man who got, status and coins, and 9 times out of 10, he's going to be invested in your oppression if you are a feminine being. So if you get a bum broke dude who really not really respected in the patriarchy, you got to deal with all of the trauma, because most times they mad because they don't have. They beating themselves up because they don't have. So if you get a broke one, if you get one that don't have no ambition, you got to deal with the trauma of him feeling like he's the outcast, he didn't make it, him being envious of you because you might have a little something going on because you've learned how to maneuver. If you deal with a broke one, you got to deal with that. And if you deal with one with coins, then you got to deal with one who is like this to the patriarchy. Yes, sir, patriarchy, sir. Yes, sir, brotherhood. My man, know your place, woman. Know your place, Trini. I'm a real man. I've got money. I've got stacks. I've got holes in different area codes. I'm a real man. I'll kill you, you fucking punk, you faggot. I slap bitches. You gotta deal with that. Or you gotta deal with, I still live with my mama. Girl, what is there to, girl, where are they? Girl. Oh, girl. Girl. You are so spot on. It hurts. DLB bring out the worst in us. The fact that they fuck everyone over, they hoes, and still remain protected and looked at as real men is insanity. Mistakes make us wiser, yes. DL men accountability is being exposed for the silent predators they are. Yeah, child. I mean, this season of my life, has shifted me. We are dealing with punks playing dress up at this point. And they're dressing up as men. Bitch, the men are the ones in drag. The men are the ones in drag. The men's are the one playing dress up. They are. Because, bitch, what they should be dressed up as, all of them should be dressed up as little soldiers. If we could really, really see men as they are in the spirit world, all of them should be like 4'9". All men who subscribe to the patriarchy and the brotherhood, they should be about 4'9", and they all should be wearing army fatigues, and they should have um hard hats, and they should talk like the minions. Cause that's what most of them is. Like we be looking at them because they get to take on all of these big, tall, muscular shapes and have all of these bodies and look like gods. But in reality, these motherfuckers is soldier minions. Most of them. They should all be talking like the minions, wearing some construction hats, and be about 4'9". All of them. All these niggas. And when I start looking at them when they talk, that's all I'm hear is a minion talking in a soldier suit with a little hat on. That's all when I look at men today, most of them, soon as they start talking, I'm going to hear the minions. And I'ma see them in them little soldier suits with a little hard hat on, talking in minion. And they gonna be 5'9". I don't give a damn if he's 6'5". I'ma see 4'9" minion. Soon as he start talking that brotherhood talk, soon as he start talking that patriarchy talk, soon as he start reading from the script, minion. Oh, that's about to be my next painting. Thank you, ancestors. Oh, thank you, ancestors. Oh, thank you. I'm about to paint that. Yeah, I'm about to paint that. I need to see that, right? I need to see that. I need to see that to remind me to keep my cooch, to keep my empower to myself. I need to see people as they are, not as you wish them to be. See them as they are, not as you wish them to be. See them as they are, not as you wish them to be. Don't fall for the illusion. Don't fall for the aesthetics. Just like now, they're trying to say trans people ain't women. If you was born male and you're a trans woman, you're not a real woman. If you were born female, you're not a real trans man. Just like they saying now. Well, guess what? If y'all want to play it like that, then baby, the glasses off. We seeing you for who you really is right now. We looking at you esoterically. You looking at us from our DNA. We looking at you on the spirit realm. And you motherfuckers look like minions. Mammies and minions. Mammies and minions, punks and punksets. The whole lot of you. That's going to be my next painting. Exposing. We seeing you for what you really is. So we taking the glasses off, right? We taking them off? We taking them off, fat? That's what we doing. We exposing delusion. We're ending the lie. That's what we doing, fat. Good. Gotcha, fat. Gotcha. I'm here with you, fat. I'm here. The nation is here with you. We see you. We see you, punks, punkettes, minions. We see through you. They want to have the best of both worlds. of being macho impersonated in public, and they thirsty fag in private. Punk minions. They punks, Ken punks, having the system dress them up, programming them, put batteries in, press on, and let and and they let go. AI punks. AI punks. AI punks. That's it right there. That's it right there. We gonna be in that one. At this point, we dealing with AI punks, artificially intelligent punks. We ain't even dealing with real intelligence at this point. We're dealing with artificial intelligent punks. Artificial intelligent punks. That's right. They're aware that some femininity is in there, but they're ashamed of it. They're denying it. They're suppressing it. They're manipulating the energy, using it for something else. They are AI punks. They don't realize that the divinity that comes from them, it mostly comes from their connection to the divine feminine. And if you don't have that type of understanding and you can't stand 10 toes down for that, you're a coward. And if you're a coward, you're an AI punk. AI punks. AI minion punks. So that's going to be the next painting piece. That's going to be the next painting piece. All right, well, child, let me get ready to eat because I ain't eat. And it's almost 11 o'clock. I want to go and get me some breakfast and do laundry. But I wanted to go live today because I wasn't gonna go live today, but I think I'm not gonna make no promises because y'all I say I'm gonna go live um and then I won't. But I think I'm gonna go live tomorrow probably. Um then I want to look at another writing opportunity on Thursday. But I'm gonna be out tomorrow, so I'm going to a group tomorrow, and because I'm going there, I might need to process. Like I may feel like processing when I get back in from the group. So tomorrow may be alive, but then Thursday I have some plans that I want to work on Thursday. I'm a start having my off social media altogether days. Like start having my, and then that's the days where I'm gonna work on like other projects like painting. I definitely wanna paint this week now since I had that idea. I don't wanna paint too much because my house is already giving art gallery. So y'all know about this area right here. We know about this area right here. And see, then I got these paintings up over here, and I got this art over here. And then I got this piece over here. I got to get a sofa bed up in here. But I got these pieces over here, and these pieces over here. And then I got these pieces. Like, I already got art all over the walls. So it's like it's already giving. It's already giving kind of museum, like art museum up in here already. Like, but I do want to do that piece because I need to see that piece. Like I need to visualize that piece. Like I need to see that visually so that it can help me to stay focused. Okay. TS Art House. I need to visualize that. So yeah, I'm going to paint that, but I told myself I wasn't going to do as much painting this year because I want to focus on making herbs, and I want to focus on I want to focus on learning tinctures, and I want to focus on sewing more. So like, but I'm going to paint that piece. But this year is not going to be so much of focusing on painting. I want to get more into like making different types of head pieces, whether it's like braided head pieces or like trying to, I'm thinking about like making hats that look like crowns. I want to get more into that. So like, cause I wanted to do some sewing, but I don't really feel like I have like the patience in my mind to be well, at least not right now, to be sitting around like doing fabric, for long period of time. So I would rather just work on a headpiece, and that's something that I could, start on and work on, and it wouldn't take. I wouldn't feel like it was taking me forever. So I think I want to focus on like making genuine and authentic headpieces. That's something that I'm very interested in. Um, and who knows, like, if I like them enough and I feel like they are durable enough, I may, sell a couple, but yeah, I definitely want to make some headpieces this year. And I want to make, I want to make tinctures. I want to make like healing, like tinctures, healing. Like I want to get more into herbs and understanding herbs. And so on the days where I'm studying that or working on that, then that's gonna be my no internet days. And I feel like if I stop trying to center a man, because I always used to want a man to come into my life and we could build together, we could balance each other out. I'm sitting up here talking about wholeness, and then at the same time, I'm saying I want a man to balance me out. Now, this is not no shade to, because I'm not saying that I don't need human connection. I'm not saying that I don't want to be around people at all, or I don't like people. Like that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I don't need a man. I don't need a man to come in and complete me. And I used to want that. I used to want that um, for us to build together, for us to grow together. But the truth of the matter is, they could come up in here and build with you, and the moment that it becomes convenient for them, like the moment that a better opportunity comes through the patriarch and the brotherhood, they'll chunk up the deuces on you. A lot of them, and that's just not a gamble that I'm willing to take in this season of my life. So I would rather just focus on what I got going on over here, continue to build community, build relationships that way, and just not center that anymore, because I feel like a lot of my energy has went to feeling like I needed that for some strange reason, like feeling like I needed to be in a relationship, or to validate that I was human, or to validate that I was feminine, to validate that I was a girl, like to validate all of these things about me. And I'm just like, now I finally get it, and I'm just so thankful that I finally get it. It took forever. Like I've been fighting with myself forever, you know, um, because I love to be held, I love to be touched, I love to be rubbed, I love to feel that connection. And now I'm in a space in my life where if I could get enough discipline to have somebody to come over and hold me, have somebody to come over and cuddle with me and leave. Like I don't want to do the sex. I don't want you inside of me. I don't want you inside of me. I don't want you, like, I don't want your piece in my mouth. I don't want to do no type of penetration stuff. I don't even want you putting your mouth directly on my coochie. Like, I don't want you putting your tongue inside of me. And I don't want to put my tongue inside of you. I don't want anything to go inside of anything. Like, that's where I'm at with it. I don't need to do the inside of things anymore. Sometimes men can be a distraction in our lives. Ooh, wee. I complete myself. A man doesn't complete you. I know that's right. Right, Goose. Like doing platonic things. Like not everything has to be a sexual exchange. Exactly. Been celibate. You deleted that comment. Yeah, I don't want to do the. I'm just at this place in my life where I just don't want to do the penetrative thing anymore. Bitch, I'm good. Oof. Like I'm saying this today. You know, I'm a Gemini. You know, I'm a Gemini, bitch. I could change 2 weeks from now, but this is how I feel today. This is how I feel today. So we going one day at a time, one day at a time. I've been celebrating. You been celibate since you turned 30 years old. Well, how old are you now? Mm-hmm. My cookie jar on permanent lock and reserve for a celibate whole nigga. Nadia, how old you is talking about you celibate? Cause you look very young. Autocorrect got me spelling gibberish. That's why I erased the last comment. Cause it was saying you had girl, she 27 talking about her noonish snatch on permanent line. Girl. How long ago? Girl, that lady 27 talking about she on permanent line. What? Girl, that's good. No wonder you so spiritually. That's good. So when you say celibate, that mean that you haven't been jacking on off? That mean you ain't been giving a Lord yet. Oh, Lord hand play. I'm a Taurus. Oh, okay. So, but how long? But how old? Oh, okay. So you've been doing it for a year. A year. I'm trying to see if Anandia done gave somebody some hand play, girl. You sure you ain't jacking no pieces, girl? Or you just ain't letting them go inside your body, and you ain't going inside their body. You just ain't doing no penetration, or you ain't doing nothing. Because, you know, we have to ask when we say celibate, girl. We have to say, okay, just how celibate is the celibate? Am I selling just a little bit? Let me see. Since 2023, almost 2 years. Oh, yeah, because you getting ready to, your birthday getting ready to come up in May. Almost 2 years. Chill. Chill. Almost 2 years. Good. That's a long time. Yeah, I'm getting on that vibe now, though. The last time I sucked was 2022. Never let nobody fuck since 2019. Wow. Oh, wow. And baby, that helps you to be so focused. I am so proud of y'all. That is inspiration to see the youngsters not being overwhelmed by sex. I don't trust these dusty punks. And I don't trust too many of them. And you know, I think to a certain degree, I've always felt like I was so I've always felt very confident in myself, as a deeply melanated, spiritual and magical being. I've always felt like I went through this phase of feeling like I was strong enough to take whatever these punks threw at me, um, and that these punks was not gonna destroy me, and I could just take whatever these punks threw at me in and out the bedroom. And even though I have been doing a pretty good job of taking it, at this point, y'all can have that shit back. Everything that you tried to give me, and I just want to process all this shit out of me. I just, um, motherfucking black females, black women talking about calling all that shit back. I'm like, bitch, I'm sending all this shit out. Like, bitch, everything that you bitches gave to me that was not mine, bitch. Bitch, you can have that shit back, bitch. Bitch, cause I don't fucking need it, bitch. Bitch, they calling it all back, bitch. I'm sending it back out, bitch. Bitch is giving very much return to sender, bitch. Bitch, just give very much. It's giving very much. You can have that back, bitch. Bitch, here's your package that you had dropped on my door about 20 years ago. There's some things you've given me. Bitch, all this shit, bitch. Come, come pick your shit up, bitch. Bitch, we are not housing these goods anymore, bitch. This is not a motherfucking storage. This is not a motherfucking storage bin, bitch. I wish I would appreciate it if the punks were honest, but they lie too damn much. No, no, like I don't. I be thinking long run about what they get into. Mm-hmm. You started younger, Anandia. Child juicy, it wasn't easy, but I'm a natural introvert. So if a nigga ain't matching the piece, then he ain't getting no type of access on God Goddess. Period. On God Goddess. On God Goddess. If he's not matching the vibes, if he's not matching the frequency, on the mother and the father. On the mother and the father. On wholeness. On period. On the ancestors who didn't subscribe. Period. Period. At all. And that is where I am in my journey. That's where I am in my journey. That's where I am. I'm on that level. That's how I'm feeling. Girl, I can't believe I'm like sitting up here like the programming is so fierce. It's so fierce. It's so fierce. It make you feel like you got a point to prove. It make you feel like you owe these niggas. But then when you wake up from that delusion, when you wake up from that lie, when you wake up from this idea, like when you really realize that you not chattel, that you are sovereign, that you are autonomous, that you are whole on your own. My God is God today. You are whole on your own. You don't owe nobody shayat. Mm. Mm-hmm. None fair te patago. None fair te patago. None fair te patago. When you figure that out about yourself, When you start to see yourself that way, even in all of your problems, all of your stresses, all of your struggling, all of your pain, none fear de pate go. Period. And that's where I'm at with it. Yes, honey, it's time to focus. It's time to focus. It's time to heal. It's time to rejuvenate. It's time to go into that cocoon. And it's time to be everything they told you you couldn't be, everything you've always knew you were. My goddess God, today, thank ya. It's time to be everything they told you you couldn't be, but you always knew you were. My goddess God, today. It's time to be everything they told you you couldn't be, but secretly you've always known that you were. When you wake up from that firewall, it's over for the punks and the punkulation. Just this punkulation running away with me. It was just this punkulation running away with me. It's been just this punkulation running away with me. I am forced to remind DL guys that discretion comes at a cost, so we can keep our dealings on the low, but he will have to pay upfront. Thank you all. Thank you, Stacy Galore. Louis. Look. Now we got trans women that don't want to look. I'm gonna deal with you, but this is strictly transactional. This is strictly business. Bitch. This is strictly business. Being celibate is not for the weak. It's self-love, especially if you have a lot of bad experiences. Facts to say, I've been scarred from DL punks. Child. Child. When I tell you my I'm just like the men that I've been dealing with post op, they aren't ashamed to go out in public with you. They aren't ashamed to go places with you because of the passing part. But it's like we don't get to see like once you become passable, you don't really get to see what type of nigga you dealing with. And then if you're not passable and he with you, you have to ask yourself, is this nigga gay? And you can be gay and still be a part of the brotherhood. So it's really damned if you do, if you damned if you don't. That's why I say I would rather deal with a punk, because at least a punk is not the ones that's gonna try to kill you for getting caught. Like, he's not gonna try to unalive you because he's already accepted the fact that he like to deal with something strange. You know, whether it's a trans girl, something queer, something odd, whether it's a trans girl or a gay man. So if you're dealing with a punk who comfortable with themselves, you still gotta worry about, okay, he with you when you clocky, But is he with you when you clocky because he really see himself as a gay man and he's still connected to the brotherhood as a gay man? And then if he with you because you passable, is he with you because he see you as a female and you still know your place in the patriarchy? So bitch, it's like literally you damned if you do if you damned if you do and you damned if you don't. Bitch, whether you dealing with a punk or a halfling, they still here for the patriarchy. Order in the court, whether you dealing with a punk or a halfling, they still here for the patriarchy. They're still here for the they're still here for the hegemony. They're still here for the brotherhood. Hello. Whether it's the punk, whether it's a punk or a halfling. Are we gonna talk about it? You can get a man who comfortable with his sexuality. That don't mean that he's not still here for it. That don't mean that he's not still here for it. That don't mean that he's not still gladly willing to oppress you. And we've seen that with the gays for Trump. We've seen that come out. We see how a lot of gay men are talking about black women right now, and they've got comfortable with saying a lot of things. And some of these black gay men are justified because they're extremely feminine and they've experienced some of the stuff that we've experienced as trans women. And instead of them embracing and still pulling through, because the difference between one of the main differences between trans women and gay men is that despite how black women have criticized us, and despite how black women, a lot of black women, not all black women, despite how black women have criticized us and ostracized, we've never relented in celebrating our connection to our foremothers. We've never relented in celebrating our connection to womanhood. We've never relented in fighting for womanhood. Those of us who understand, and when we step into this experience and we own that side of us, we are honoring all that's in us. Like that, we're and gay men don't do that. You know, gay men, um, they'll like a lot of times black women are their biggest fans, their biggest followers, their biggest supporters. But when they get mad at them girls, they'll read them girls down. They'll read them girls fiercely. And for some reason, black women be here for it. Cause Funky Dineva stay getting them children together. And they love it. They his biggest supporters. If you gotta rotate your head like an owl everywhere we go, worried about what these other slave halflings think, then I'ma leave. Exactly. They really be a sissy. Yes, ma'am. They don't wanna lose they punk prison privilege ticket. Mm-hmm. The punk prison privilege ticket. Uh-huh. Because baby, you know, a lot of them, you know, the gag is they bottom in prison and then come home and be tops. They bottom in prison and come home and be tops for these women. Booty hole be loose as I don't know what. Booty fots don't even come out like they used to come out. Remember when the fots used to come out hard because the booty was trying to push that air out? Now the motherfucking fots just be like, the walls of the booty just done lost all their integrity. Them fights be coming out like this. It's the walls that lost all they structural integrity, bitch. They who knows to be traumatized by it was interesting to they arching expeditiously in prison and put on a top show for the women. Girl, you listen to them five say, and then be wet on the end. Let me stop. About to be wet on the end, nigga. Girl, let me stop, girl. You know, I'm having a flashback because one of my husbands gave me very much that tease, girl. I remember when he went in, that booty was tight. And them fights used to come out like they was hurting. Child, that nigga came home, and I ain't never hear them fights again. Them fights will come out. That booty was loose, baby. That booty didn't feel like it. That booty hole did. You know, even though I never went up in it, I used to check it to see how tight it was. Girl, play like I'm playing around it, girl. Girl, do a little munch down there, girl, just to see, girl. And the structural integrity, girl. The structural integrity had been compromised, girl. You should have a bigger audience. You should have a bigger audience than Funky Dineva because you play the whole tape. People don't like that. Yeah, and I mean that's just another way that the ops have come into play because you know like people have let's just be honest. Um Girls know, and I said this in the beginning of the live, and I'm gonna say it again. The reason why I don't have the audience I should have, because if eyes got on my content, the things that I talk about, a lot of these people, a lot of halflings will literally short circuit. Cause they are so programmed these motherfuckers would be sitting in front of the camera. Do not compute. Cannot compute. And the funny thing is that the ones who I get into it with, you know what I'm saying? The ones that have the bigger platforms, they watch my content. They watch my content. You can tell by how many views I have after the video ends. People watch my content, but they don't share it because if they did, it will cause everybody to have to step it up because you would expose the youth to a broader way of thinking. You would literally broaden the public discourse because here I am, a person who has used drugs, who's positive, who's lived on the streets, who lives below the poverty line, and I'm able to have a conversation that causes regular people to think. And I'm able to have the conversation at a level that goes over people's head, or I'm able to eat a greasy pork chop and make even the simplest person understand what I'm talking about. And so exposing me to a larger audience would make all of the coons and the clowns and the tap dances have to work harder. That's why they don't share me. That's why even when me and her got into it, even when me and her got into it, the bitch you have been dying to be famous. The bitch who have never wanted anything but fame. The bitch who just opened up that house, even when me and her got into it, she was very strategic not to say the name that I go by now. She said my old name. When these girls get into it, these girls are not saying my name because, oh, I'm not giving her no power, oh, I'm not giving her no platform, oh, she ain't giving no shine off me. They're not saying my name because they're threatened. They're not saying my name because they're intimidated. They're not saying my name because my body of work speaks for itself. You can let them run game on you and tell you that they're not saying my name because I'm nobody. You can let them tell you that. You could believe that if you want to, and you just as slow as them. They're not saying my name because they don't want them cameras to swing this way. Because the matrix is going to start crumbling. So I understand. I'm not upset about it. I'm not interested in a whirlwind of fake ass people coming to my page. To be perfectly honest with you. That's why I don't sit up and complain about not having more followers. Cause I know flies will gather the shit. That's why I don't sit up and complain about it. But if them cameras ever swing this way and catch me on a good day, it's over for a lot of these coons. It's over for a lot of these mammies. It's over for a lot of these tap dancing Uncle Toms and shuckers and jivers. It's over for a lot of these halflings. Cause bitch, it's gonna be people watching. It's gonna be people watching me talk, and they gonna frizz out, and the other people is gonna all of a sudden wake up. A lot of people are going to wake up. A lot of people are gonna have a moment. A lot of people are gonna shift in consciousness. They're gonna shift in their thought process. And you're not going to be able to get on here and be buffoons and tap dance for everybody and think that it's going to work. I don't even feel at this point, I used to want to be famous at one time, but now I feel like it's been a blessing. You know how they say when you about to be with a crazy person, or you when they say you with a crazy person, oh, you dodged the bullet because you not with her. That's how I feel about the industry. I dodged the bullet. That's how I feel about not being a part of the industry. I dodged the bullet. My soul is intact. My integrity is intact. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's how I feel about the industry. Dodged a grenade launcher. Yeah, that's how I feel about the industry. Like, no, I don't have I haven't been able to travel everywhere I've wanted to travel. I haven't been able to try every plate of food I wanted to try. I haven't been able to go to every restaurant I wanted. Yeah, I haven't been able to go to every restaurant I wanted to go to. I haven't been able to try everything in the world I wanted to try. But it's nothing that I'm like one of the things that I wanted to do, I always wanted to publish a book. I've done that. I've always wanted to go to some part of Africa. I've been there twice. Those were things that were on the top of my list to want to experience. And so, like, the most important things that I wanted to experience, I have experienced. There's always other things. For any person that wants to grow, there's a lot of things that you want to experience. But it's not like, at this point, those things are distractions. Those things are something to keep me busy. Those are not like I feel like all of the majors, I never would have thought I would have accomplished a lot of things that I have accomplished. Child, I never would have thought that I would have accomplished half of the things that I would have accomplished. I never would have expected to even be alive, at this point. Like, the generation that I come from, the girls was getting unalived, and the greatest thing that the girls had accomplished was making $2,000 in one night. Like the greatest things that we was accomplishing was turning it and making money in the streets at night. Like we was proud of that accomplishment. We was proud of going through the whole day and not getting clocked. We was proud of winning pageants and winning crowns. Like we've moved into becoming beings that are spiritually respected. Like regardless, and that's not an easy path. Like for me to have experienced so much of life in the streets and for me to have done so many things that people can judge or condemn, but for people to still be able to see my soul and still see my spirituality, that means that I'm modeling wholeness. That means that I'm modeling balance. That means that I'm modeling expansion of a human being. Like you can see all of these facets of me, but my chaos doesn't overshadow the light. Like there's a balance that's happening and people are able to experience that real time with me. Like that's my legacy. Like that's what I stand for. That's who I am. That's what I'm gonna stand for and lay down for. Period. And that is a movement. That is a movement. That is a way of existing. That's a way of being. And it's not about just me filling my pockets. You know, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get ready to close out. I try to work with people, and we live in such a culture that people so about their self that when you try to create opportunities for people, people will think they hustling you because they trying to get more. Like people try to lowball you, and people feel like they entitled to more. Like the example that happened last year. I don't know what in her mind made her feel like when the money came in. First of all, you shouldn't have got half the first time because you didn't do nothing. You ain't do nothing. You ain't publicly do anything. You just got that money and went and got your teeth fixed with it. You ain't do nothing. When you think about who I am as a person, the reason why I get funding and no, I don't get $20,000 and $30,000 grants. I don't get $40,000 grants, $50,000 grants. One reason is because I don't apply for them. Cause I ain't playing with them people money like that. What I am going to do is get the smaller grants and I'm going to distribute it into community. And I'm also going to make sure that I can elevate the work that I do, elevate my storytelling, elevating my art, because I know that my art is about healing collective consciousness. That's what it's about. It's about intersectionality. It's about us seeing how we're all interconnected. It's about wholeness. It's about seeing ourselves beyond the boxes and the labels. And that is elevating society. That is elevating civilization. That is elevating and expanding human consciousness. And that's the work that I'm doing. Getting us to see beyond the boxes and the labels so that we can begin to cultivate a community and a society and a world that is not bound by all of these things that we have been programmed via a colonizing society. And so because I know that's my work, and because that has been consistent for years, yeah, sometimes I'm over here, sometimes I'm over there. But when you are nation building, you're gonna appear to be all over the place because you have to wear a whole bunch of different hats. You have to speak a whole bunch of different languages. You have to, and I'm not talking about Chinese, Asian. I'm talking about sometimes you have to eat a greasy pork chop. Sometimes you have to be spiritual. Sometimes you have to be Negro. Sometimes you have to speak American. Like you have to really, really speak the colonizer's language. Like you have to be able to interweave all that together so you could get different facets of society to understand you. So that you can attract your people no matter what community they're in. The queer community, like you have to be able to speak out, you have to be able to weave all that together. And when I talk, I don't just talk in a way that the LGBT community can understand me, or the trans community could understand me, or black people could understand me, or gay people could understand me, or poor people can understand me. I take and mix a little bit of all that together. the politics, the advocacy. I bring all that together, and I organize to try to attract in that way, to try to bring people from all facets of the spectrum and society to draw them together. Music, and that's one of the reasons why I make art, because this is another way to communicate, because some people don't even like words. Some people connect with my art, some people connect with my music, some people connect with my lives. And it's like being able to connect with people in different ways. Some people connect with my poetry. Some people connect with my writing. Some people connect with my posts. Like people connect on different ways. Some people connect with the modeling videos. Like if I do a dance video, people connect in different ways. And so because that has been the work, that's why when I do apply for a small grant, I don't really struggle with getting them. And because I have a history, I have a strong history. Like if I sat down and wrote up my resume for every small grant that I've gotten quite a few of them. And so when I offer to help someone, and when I see you trying to do something, I see you trying to make it, because I don't just offer to help anybody. I offer to help people that I see potential in. Just like I saw in the one that I was calling Mada. Like talented artist. Painting is phenomenal. This just a very talented artist, and is definitely a queer person. I don't know if I would say trans masculine, but I would definitely say a queer person. I would definitely say because even though old school we call it stud, they're definitely an androgynous being. It's sometimes masculine, it's sometimes feminine. Give you androgynous, could be non-binary, could definitely be a non-binary person, but that's not the language that she speaks. So why am I going to speak a language about her that she don't speak about herself? And when I tried to form that union between us, I saw it as an opportunity where we could come together and we could collectively heal under the umbrella of womanhood. Because here you are, someone that was born with a womb, and here I am, someone who lay on the table to have my penis inverted, you know what I'm saying, to celebrate my foremothers. And so here we are at different parts of the spectrum, and I felt like if we would have came together artistically and modeled healing, through an art showcase, that would have been something beautiful to share with the world. But when they acted like that behind them coins, that let me know that that person was never invested in the art. That person was more invested in the financial side of it than they were in the collective healing. Because if you know that you're going to take these resources and go underground with them, and you're not going to use these resources to promote a narrative or to celebrate a narrative that shows us collectively healing, then that's not really what you're here for. You was here for them coins. And that was the let down part for me, because I appreciate the money, I appreciate the coins, but the coins are not what motivates me. The money has never been what motivates me. People who know me know that I burn it regularly to remind myself that this is not the source. I am. It's not what controls me. It's not what motivates me. The money doesn't motivate me. It's what I can accomplish with the money. It's being able to get people to come together, because unfortunately, the money is what motivates them. And that's not my doing. I didn't pray for that. I didn't manifest that. This is not what I asked for. This is what's here. This is what we have to work with. We live in a capitalistic society. People are motivated and driven by money. That's just the reality. And so if I want to be able to use my art to create a visualization of change and to elevate this idea of autonomy, wholeness, and sovereignty, then I have to use what is available. And that's hoodoo. But the T is not to allow myself to become consumed by the money, because then I have compromised the mission. When the money starts to consume me and the money starts to become the main objective and the money becomes centered, when I start to center the money, then I have lost my way. The mission has been compromised. When the money is the driver, when the money is the driving force, and you will always know when the money is the driving force in a person's life. It does not take rocket science to see what's driving people. I know I've seen homeless people on the street who will not accept money from you because they know it's a trigger for them. And a lot of people in power don't know money is a trigger for them. But like I said, it's not lost on me the importance of money in this society. So when I ask for support or when I write for a grant, baby, like I said, my Cash App, my PayPal, it speaks for itself. I don't treasure that shit. I don't hoard it. I don't try to say, oh, I could get this for me. I could get that for me. Baby, do you know how many grants I've gotten over the years? I don't give a fuck if I'm homeless living from pillar to pole and I get a $10,000 grant. I don't take that and spend that all on me, because I could easily take one of those grants and go and set myself up in a nice apartment, then get another one of those grants and go and buy me a little car. When the last time y'all seen me drive my own car? I just moved into this apartment. When I get funding, I distribute it back into the community. And that person tried to make it look like, oh, I'm buying alcohol, I'm buying weed, oh, I'm taking the community out to eat. Yeah, these are some of the things that I was doing because this is the way we fellowship. But I'm also booking community for gigs that never get booked by mainstream. That don't never get booked. That don't never get opportunities. That rarely get opportunities. Uplifting and highlighting artists that that mainstream that the community done threw away. And the reason why I did that is because I know how it feels. I know how it feels to be super talented and to have your light, and to have somebody to come and try to smother your light, to try to cover you to the point to where the flame go out. I know what it feels like to be treated like that. I know what it feels like to have your own community members see how talented you are and throw something over your light to try to smother it out because they can't take you. I know what that feels like. And that's why when I get funding, I always share resources with people who are the underdog. And I try to do the same thing with that person. They was going through a grieving process. They had just lost somebody important in their life. I wanted to show them how valuable they were to me. I wanted to show them how much I respected them. I wanted to create an opportunity for us to work together. And when I tell you that person was distancing themselves, and this was the gag, this is the part that gagged me the most. Like, and this is why I have to go back to this. Because you wasn't even, I'll never forget, like right before they had made a comment about Janet Jackson, and it was a trans related comment. Like it was a weird ass joke, and I'm like, I couldn't understand why she was making jokes about HIV and making jokes about trans people to me. Like I was ever in her inbox just cracking jokes about black women. Like just like in her inbox cracking jokes about studs. Like I never did that to her. Cause I respected her. So I never jumped in her inbox and just randomly cracked jokes about studs or dykes or whatever you want to call them. I never did that to her. Like I never jumped in her inbox cracking jokes. And then when I didn't have a then when I clocked it and I felt a way about it, she'll snub me. You know, she'll give me the silent treatment. She'll not respond to my calls or not respond to my texts. You'll not respond to my text. But as soon as you thought that some more money was coming in, you reached out to me. And so when I saw how you was playing me, I said we need to renegotiate these funds. I said we need to renegotiate how these funds are going to be distributed, because now I done figured you out. I done seen that you really honestly don't fuck with me unless you fucking with me. Unless you being amused and entertained by me. Unless you blowing smoke up my ass and telling me a fairy tale. Because you done got high and you feel like telling a story. Because she's very good at painting a picture. Like on a canvas and in your mind. She will fill your head. In another life, I'm sure she was a pimp. Cause mama got that, mama pimping is strong. Definitely pimp tease. But you not about to pimp me. You pimp weak-minded hoes. I had one dude who thought he was pimping me. I remember when I was like 17 years old, I got chased by a pimp. I got chased by a pimp for a whole night when I was like 17 years old. I remember this pimp chased us. But that didn't happen. Then when I broke up with this boy that I was dating, his name was Kenny. I broke up with him and I started dating this guy. We used to call him Stuffy. And that's what I named him, Stuffy. And Stuffy used to wear a perm. And Stuffy really legit felt like he was a pimp. You know, and I remember one time Stuffy was at my house and Stuffy just flashed out at me. Like Stuffy got mad at me behind something. You know, we used to be, you know, going on magical carpet rides all the time then, and you know, this was 20 years ago. This was over 20 years ago when the snow was less stepped down. So you know, it was more pure. So you know, more pure, you know, you gonna get more emotions, you gonna get more feelings, but it was closer to that Ike and Tina snow. You know what I'm saying? So he used to like to get his little bumps in, and when he'll get his little bumps in, he'll become, because he was really more introverted. Like he really didn't fuck with people like that. But when he got a little bump, he became more extroverted. He became more outgoing. So he'll put his hands on me, go to feeling himself, go to getting crunk, go to feeling like he that dude, go to feeling like he a boss when he done had a couple of bumps of that snap. So I remember I had just came in from work. I still had on my stripper outfit. Um yeah, I still had on my stripper clothes. I was beat. I used to keep my hair done. I loved wearing human hair. I think that night I had like some mind you, like I'm probably about, I want to say I'm about 23 years old. Yeah, I'm probably about somewhere between 22 and 23 at this time. And I had some wet and wavy. I used to love like wet and wavy hair, long wet and wavy hair. And I used to like to try to, I used to like to give off a little Trinidadian look, like a little island look with a little long wet and wavy hair. So I still had on my little stripper clothes. I still had on my little bra. This was a long time ago. So the girls was sitting up. The girls wasn't hanging down. The girls was at attention. You know what I'm saying? This was damn near 30 years ago. So anyway, boobs sitting up, booty sitting up, waist snatched, waist pulled in. I had on go-go boots. I used to love wearing like pinks and baby blues to go up against my skin. I had on some I used to wear them thigh high white boots, with the little not with the pointy heel on them. They have a little square heel on them, but they would be standing kind of high. And I used to love to wear like thigh high boots, and that was a part of my swag. So I have on my little booty shorts with a little sheer sarong wrapped around it, and I have on a little broad top bikini or something like that, shiny silver, powder blue, pink. That was my swag, and have some wet and wavy hair going down my back. So, girl, I gets home. I done got home from work. I've been out all night dancing, hustling to make money for us. Not only that was I paying the bills, but I came home and cooked the meals. So, I done been at work all night, dancing, swing around the pole about 8 hours, making ends meet, probably selling a little cause I was selling narcotics during that time. So, child, I've been at work hustling both ways, selling swinging around the pole, come home and still cook for this nigga, and he beat my ass. Baby, he put his hands on me that night. I called the police. I never forget, the police came in the house. The police was like, wait a minute. They ain't even care that I was trans. It was a black cop and a white cop. They ain't even care that I was trans. They said, wait a minute. She looked like this. She went to work. She paying the bills. And she going in the kitchen and she cooking for you. Nigga, because they couldn't make him leave because his name was on the lease. But the police was upset for me. They said, wait a minute. Both of the cops, both of the men cops, men, they came to the house. They saw how I was dressed. They knew I had just came from work. They smelt the food coming from the kitchen. They said, wait a minute. Went to work, paying the bills, looks like this, cooking meals, and you're beating on her? Child, they put him out in the streets. He said, I'm a pimp. I'm a pimp. My name, he was popping his shit. I'm a pimp. That's how I got it. That's how I got it. I'm a pimp. I'm a pimp. Baby, they pimped his ass right out there on that corner. They put his ass right on there. The bitch, he had to sleep on the streets that night. He had to sleep on the streets that night. And the next day, he had his mama to come over to the house to talk me into letting him back in the house. And that's how he got back in, because I had never had a mom to come and talk to me on behalf of her son. So that was a weakness for me. Being trans and having the mother to come and talk to you on behalf of her son, he got me with that one. I was only 23. You had your mama to come to my house and plead your case. Oh, he got me. And I let him right back in. But it took that. Because if his mama wouldn't have came, I would not have took him back. But I had a weakness for that, because what do we want? We want to be accepted by family. We want to, I've always valued community. I've always valued family. I've always valued being accepted and having relationships. And so his mom accepting me, and his mom wanting us together and validating our relationship, that felt good for me. And so that was a weakness for me. But that was the only dude that came close to trying to pimp me. And so I didn't want to believe that she was trying to mentally pimp me, but she was. When that bitch said, I wants my equal shares, so you ain't gonna do nothing, but you gonna get equal. That sound like a pimp. You gonna do all the work. It's gonna be your brand. I'm just gonna be on the papers with your faggot ass. You hear me, punk? I'm the real woman. You the punk. Now get to work, punk. That bitch said, I'm the real woman. You should be glad that I'm fucking with you at all, punk. Bitch, I got a real coochie. I'm a real mama. Bitch. Bitch, you wanna be me, bitch. Bitch, be happy that I'm fucking with you, bitch. Be happy that I'm in your comment section saying anything at all, bitch. I'm fucking with you, bitch. Cause, bitch, regardless as to whether I eat pussy or not, bitch, I'm still a real woman, bitch. You wanna be me. Now get to work, punk. I want my equal share. Girl. Girl, that's a motherfucking pimp move. A lot of people are incapable of looking at the bigger picture. Instead, they look at four-cornered box full of illusions. She was sub shading and was TS opportunist. Sure was. But child, I said I was gonna get off this live an hour ago. I want to thank everybody for the thumbs up today. Oh, we did good with thumbs up today. I ain't have to beg for no thumbs up again today. Okay, I'm starting to think um mid morning is my little time for lives. Like, I'm starting to think that we got a little schedule going here. Like, cause we did good today on the thumbs up, and we did good today on time. So I'm feeling like maybe mid mornings is mid risings, is when that was a juicy story time for real. The girls love the rising times, right? So I'm starting to think maybe this is, yeah, okay. We done found our little groove, our little when we want to do it. I start off the day calibrating the mind and things. But yeah, that's we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up there. We did a prayer yesterday. I have a candle lit. Let me get a candle. I'm gonna light a candle today because we ain't been lighting none. Ooh. Ooh. Yes, candle. This is so cute. This lighter is cute, girl. I tried to invest in me a cute looking lighter. One you can refill. Okay, as above, so below. As within, so without. As above, so below. As within, so without. And then reverse. As above, so below. As within, so without. Thank you, God Goddess. Thank you, God Goddess. Amen. A woman, lay lim, lay love. As we blow out this candle on a physical plane, it grows with strength and intensity, preparing us on a spiritual plane for times that are now. Thank you to all the ancestors who have come. Thank you to the ancestors who are here. And thank you to the ancestors who will come. Amen. A woman, lay lim, lay love. Down but down that I say cool, keep spinning and turning in Gani, Yanko, Kalukalo, which means I am a child of God Goddess. And if I am, then you know you are. Bound and round, both circle and square, we too speak life, so operations beware. Sending healing to those in despair, El Babosawa, which means we come in peace. No harm to any, Laylim Layler. Thank y'all so much for coming on, Anandia. You know you the goat. The goat. Thank you, Goosey Prune, and thank you again so much for both of the super chat, Stacy Galore. I really appreciated that so much, and just all of the feedback that you offer to the conversation. Thank you to everybody who just came on here and contributed to this live. It was beautiful. I enjoyed y'all. And yeah, we had a good story time, and we're gonna start having more story times. We're gonna start having our little early rising story times. Yes, yes, to go. All right, I love y'all. Y'all have a great day. Take care of yourselves and enjoy the rest of your day. And 9 times out of 10, and chill. I'm going on an outing tomorrow, so baby, we'll be able to talk about it tomorrow. I love y'all. Take care. Be well. Later.